Taxing the rich is not going to close our budget deficit. I hope you realize that.
My question for you, what is your line? What is the line that you won't cross? What can Trump do that you will say that's wrong?
Hey, bro, you can leave now. Goodbye. Goodbye. We won't proceed until you're gone. Goodbye. You want to act like that? Goodbye.
Hey, bro, you can leave now. Words that might just bite him in the you-know-what. That's a taste of the political environment that the Trump administration has created for their Republican allies in Congress wanting to be reelected. Those were scenes, some of them we've played on the show before, from town halls hosted by Republican Congressman Mike Lawler. Mike Lawler represents the district that encompasses much of New York's Hudson Valley. Lawler is viewed as one of the most vulnerable Republicans in our country, and last night he learned who he will face in the November election. It's Army veteran Kate Conley. She won a hotly contested Democratic primary in New York's 17th Congressional District. Conley served 6 tours overseas before becoming the National Security Council's Director of Counterterrorism during the Biden administration. Kate Conley was first on this show back in March of 2025 when we were talking to her about the reporting that we were learning about the Signalgate debacle. We are very happy to welcome her back today, fresh off last night's win. Congratulations.
Nicole, thank you so much. It's great to be back, especially like this. And I have to say, Mike's own line is what I'd like to say back to him. Hey, bro, you can leave now. That's what we're working hard to do this November.
I mean, the audacity of the things they say under some sort of delusion of not being held accountable by voters is extraordinary. Has that been a factor in the primary campaign that you ran?
Nicole, I have to say, after the last 15 months of going to every corner of this district, the consequences of Mike Lawler's leadership are very clear. Since he has been elected in November of 2022, it has only been harder for working families to put food on the table, keep a roof over their heads, or afford health care, or keep the lights on. And that record, he can't outrun. The accountability is coming because the pain that people here are feeling is real. And while he is a very talented political operative, going back to the difference between me and Mike Lawler, for the last 20 years, Mike Lawler has been a political hack, while I've been out there leading America's sons and daughters in defense of this nation after 9/11. He is very good at using his words as a smokescreen to hide for his failures to deliver for his constituents. But that's running out because people are seeing through it and they're feeling the pain and they deserve better.
Kate, what is your sense of how damaging it is for Mike Lawler to not have an answer to one of your potential future constituents who says, what is your line? I mean, this seems to be, especially in swing districts, on people's mind, that even if they voted for Trump, they don't like being represented in Congress by people who aren't strong.
Nicole, what we see is Mike Lawler votes one way, and that is Donald Trump's way. That's why his voting record is 100% aligned with Donald Trump. And so he can try to pretend like he wasn't the deciding vote in H.R. 1, the one big ugly bill last year, but people know the truth. And the truth is, we just saw 37,000 people have their health care in this district put at risk because of those Medicaid cuts and the failure to reinstate the premium tax credits. So going back to his lies are not going to get him out of this. People are suffering, and it's because of his decisions. And so, yes, we do know the answer to that woman's question. There is no line. We've seen it when it comes to the war with Iran, where Mike Lawler 4 times has allowed Donald Trump to have a blank check on a war that this administration is too incompetent to actually execute by leaders like Pete Hegseth, who should never have been confirmed, and where we have an administration that still cannot articulate a clear exit strategy or objectives. And so this just goes back to, we are watching a Republican-controlled Congress continue to fail this country. We're watching Mike Lawler be a critical part of that. And so my job is to make the case to the people of this district that they deserve better and to fight for them and fight for this country.
you see even 4 members of his own party voting to rein in his power to wage war with Iran. What do you hear from your potential future constituents about the war with Iran, and especially the price of gas that seems to correlate in all the wrong ways?
Nicole, is someone who, during 16 years on active duty after 4 years at West Point, doing 6 tours overseas, multiple tours to Iraq, Afghanistan, I've seen what happens when you have a war in the Middle East with an administration that does not have a clear plan, does not realize what it's gotten itself into. And shame on America if we have not learned this lesson already. Our service members deserve better. And what I hear every day here in a district that is incredibly patriotic, that is incredibly service-oriented. I mean, those are the values that were instilled in me growing up here in the Hudson Valley that led me to go to West Point after 9/11. People are frustrated with the incompetence, and we are literally paying the price, from the gas pump to the loss of service members to the duress that's being put on families who are now having to make trade-offs between groceries or gas. They just want it to end. They want government to actually solve real problems that they are facing, and this administration refuses to do that.
Kate, your race is going to be watched by everyone around the country. We're grateful to have a chance to talk to you today. And again, congratulations on your win last night.
Thank you so much. Folks, please check us out, kateconley.com. This fight will determine who controls the House. So excited to take it on and humbled to be in this position.
We'll stay on top of it. Thank you so much. A quick break for us. We'll be right back.